world will remember.
Good day to you all. I am Raine
And I am Savannah Suarez.
and we present to you the Battle of Platea and Mycale. But first, based from the video, don't we just wonder what happened? Why did it happen? When did it happen? And who were they? So without further ado, let's dig in deeper. But first, why do we have to learn and know more about the history of Greece, specifically Platea and Mycale? Well, it's for us to understand the development of Western civilization, to appreciate the achievements of the Greek culture, and to learn from the mistakes and triumphs of the past.
The story of Platea and Mycale is about two decisive battles that were fought in 479 BC during the Greco-Persian Wars. These battles marked the end of the Second Persian invasion of Greece and the beginning to a new era of Greek dominance. The first battle, Platea, took place in Boeotia, Greece.
Mardonius. Who is Mardonius? Xerxes left Mardonius in charge of his army and Greece when he returned to Persia. Mardonius was a trusted general who had served Xerxes well throughout the invasion. He is also a skilled military strategist and a tactician.
How did Xerxes attempt to break the alliance between the Greeks? Xerxes attempted to break the alliance between the Greeks by offering bribes and threats to individual Greek city-states. He also tried to divide the Greeks by supporting pro-Persian factions in some city-states.
According to Herodotus, the Persian army at the Battle of Platea numbered 300,000 men and the Greek army numbered 110,000 men. However, modern historians believe that Herodotus' numbers are inflated. They estimated that the Persian army was more likely in the range of 50,000 to 120,000 men, and the Greek army has estimated to have been 50,000 men.
What kinds of troops did the Greeks not have many of? The Greeks did not have many cavalry and archers compared to the Persians. The Persians had a large and well-trained cavalry which they used to great effect in battle. The Greeks, on the other hand, had a much smaller cavalry and it was not as well trained.
There are two approaches to warfare that both sides are upon. Number one, hoplite warfare. This was a standard form of warfare in ancient Greece where hoplite armies were made up of heavily armed infantry soldiers who fought in a tight formation called a phalanx. The phalanx was very effective in defending against cavalry and archers, but it was slow and inflexible. Number two, cavalry and missile warfare. This was a standard form of warfare in the Persian Empire, where Persian armies were made up of large number of cavalry soldiers and archers. The Persian cavalry could outmaneuver the Greek phalanx, and the Persian archers could fire arrows across from a distance.
The Greek city fought on the side of the Persians. The Greek city of Thebes fought on the side of the Persians during the Greco-Persian Wars. The city of Thebes was a powerful city-state in Boeotia, and its defection to the Persian side was a major blow to the Greek alliance. There are a number of reasons why Thebes may have chosen to side with the Persians. One reason is that Thebes had a long-standing rivalry with Sparta, the leading city-state in the Greek alliance.
The Greek front line before the Battle of Platea was located on the low ridge of the north bank of the Asopus River. The Greeks were facing south with the Persian army opposite them on the south bank of the river.
How long was the Greek front line before the battle? The Greek front line before the Battle of Platea was approximately 7 kilometers long. The Greek army at Platea numbered approximately 110,000 men. The Greeks were arranged in a series of hoplite phalanxes, with each phalanx being approximately 8 men wide. The Greeks also had a series of wooden palisades protecting their front line.
The fighting at the Battle of Platea began on the 11th day of the two-army standoff. The Persian general Mardonius decided to attack the Greek camp in an attempt to break the stalemate. The Greeks formed a defensive line around their camp and prepared for the battle.
How many days did the forces wait before the fighting started? The Greek and Persian forces waited for 11 days before the fighting started at the Battle of Platea. According to Herodotus, the two armies were camped across from each other for 11 days, neither side willing to make the first move. Finally, the Persian general Mardonius decided to attack the Greek camp. The Greeks were caught off guard, but they were able to rally and defeat the Persians. After the Greeks captured the river on Pyrgos Ridge, how long did the two armies wait before further combat? The fighting at the Battle of Platea began on the 11th day of the two armies standoff. The Persians attacked the Greek camp at night, but the Greeks were able to detect their approach.
Mardonius used his cavalry to harass the Greek camp and to attack the Greek flanks in the Battle of Platea. The Persian cavalry was much larger than the Greek cavalry, and it was very effective in these roles. However, the Persian cavalry was not able to break the Greek line.
Why was the left flank of the Greek line suddenly isolated? The left flank of the Greek line was suddenly isolated at the Battle of Platea because of a series of communication errors and misunderstandings. The Greek commander, Pausanias, had ordered his army to retreat to a new position in the middle of the night. However, the order did not reach the left flank of the army, which was commanded by the Athenians.
The Persians seems like they were guaranteed victory. However, Pausanias ordered the Spartans and the Tegans to charge the Persian in a counterattack. Caught between the Athenians and the charging Spartans, the Persian forces were trapped in and boxed in on both sides.
How was Mardonius killed? Mardonius was killed in the ensuing battle by the Spartans. Mardonius, the Persian commander, was killed by a rock thrown at his head by a Greek soldier. It is claimed by Herodotus and Plutarch that a Platean called Amnestis killed Mardonius.
The Greek victory at Platea was one of the most important events in the Greco-Persian War. Not only did it put an end to King Xerxes' invasion, but it also broke the back of the Persian Empire's military control of the region. With its twin victories at Platea and Mycale, the second Persian invasion of Greece was over. Moreover, the threat of future invasion was lessened. Over time, it became apparent that the Persian desire to conquer Greece was diminished.
Who led the Greek fleet in the naval battle of Mycale? The Greek fleet in the naval battle of Mycale was led by Leotychides, the king of Sparta. Leotychides was a skilled and experienced commander, and he played a key role in the Greek victory at Mycale. He was able to coordinate the actions of the Greek fleet and to outmaneuver the Persian fleet.
The Battle of Mycale was a resounding victory for the Greeks. Not only did they destroy the Persian fleet, but they also killed thousands of Persian soldiers in the process. The victory disrupted Persia's control of Asia Minor.
What did the Ionian states do after the victory at Mycale? After the victory at Mycale, the Ionian states did the following. They revolted against the Persians and declared their independence. They joined the Delian League, a military confederation led by the Athens. They helped the Athenians to liberate the other Greek cities of Asia Minor from Persian control.
The battles of Platea and Mycale are significant events in the Persian Wars because they mark an end to the second Persian invasion of Greece and the beginning of a new era of Greek dominance.
The Persian Wars were a series of conflicts between the Persian Empire and the Greek city-states that lasted for over 50 years. The first Persian invasion of Greece was in 490 BC, and it was defeated by the Greeks at the Battle of Marathon.
The second Persian invasion of Greece was in 480 BC, and it was led by King Xerxes I of Persia. Xerxes had a massive army and he was able to conquer most of Greece. However, the Greeks were able to defeat the Persian at the Battle of Salamis in 480 BC, and they were able to drive the Persians out of Greece in 479 BC.
The battles of Platea and Mycale were the final battles of the second Persian invasion of Greece. The Greeks defeated the Persians at Platea in 479 BC, and they defeated the Persian fleet at Mycale on the same day. The victories at Platea and Mycale were decisive ones for the Greeks. They marked the end of the Persian threat to Greece.
The Greek victory at Platea was the largest land battle in the Persian Wars. The Greeks were able to defeat a much larger army, and they showed that they were capable of defeating the Persians in a pitched battle.
The Greek victory at Mycale was the decisive battle of the Persian Wars at sea. The Greeks were able to destroy the Persian fleet, and they ensured that the Persians would never be able to invade Greece by sea again.
The battles of Platea and Mycale were significant events in the Persian Wars. The Battle of Platea and Mycale are significant because they showed the power of unity and cooperation among the Greeks. Despite their differences, the Greeks were able to come together and defeat a much larger and more powerful enemy. Again, I am Raine together with my partner Savannah Suarez, and we thank you for listening.